Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the seventh Building Bridges webinar. And today we are looking at building a migration plan. And it will be interesting to know where we are all connecting from. You're all welcome. We are so excited to have you all here today. And so, before we go further, I would like us to comment where we are connecting from, your name, where you're connecting from. I would like to connect with you, and it will be also interesting to know where we are joining in from. It will be really helpful for us to know that. You're welcome. And today we have a lot of information to give you. We have a whole lot to tell you. We have a whole lot of activities that will walk you through on building a successful plan to migrate. So before we go further, let's go ahead, comment where you're joining in from, and we'll be happy to have that. So we'll be okay. Thank you so much. We're having someone joining us from Nigeria. It will be good to know where we are joining also from Nigeria, though. So let's keep it coming. Thank you. We have someone joining in from Benin. So let's keep coming. Let's keep it coming. Sometimes when we intend to migrate, the thought of migrating sometimes can be very tedious, can be very difficult. And the first step is having a successful plan. Except we have a plan, then the process of migration can really become very frustrating. And those are some of the conversations we're having today. Thank you. We have someone joining us from Lagos. Thank you. We have someone joining us from Abuja. We have Benin. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. So please, let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Yes, let's keep it coming. Thank you. Thank you. And today we are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. So wherever you're connecting from, just drop it in. We have someone joining in from Benin. Benin. Thank you. Yes, thank you. We have someone joining from Benin. Thank you for joining in. Thank you. Oh, wow. We have another Benin again. Thank you for joining in. Thank you. We have another Benin again. If this were to be a competition, Benin will be taking the lead. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you. We have another Benin. Thank you for joining in. Thank you. We have Benin. Thank you for joining in. So let's keep it coming. And I'll give us some time. So as more people join in, they should just tell us where they're connecting from so that we can have tailored conversations to our different locations and tailored conversations to our different needs. So let's keep it coming. Thank you. Let's keep it coming. Thank you for joining in. We have from Benin again. We have from the ancient city of Benin. Thank you for joining in this evening. Thank you for joining in. So let's keep it coming. In the next few minutes, we will be moving to the next activity. So please, let's keep it coming. Thank you. Yes, let's keep it coming. Thank you so much for joining in. We really appreciate you here with us as we engage in this very interesting conversation. And I would like you to know that throughout the conversations that will be going on this evening, if you have questions, if you have concerns, if you have an opinion, you can drop it on the chat, on the comments, and we'll be able to see it here and give appropriate responses. So yes, let's keep it coming in. Thank you. We have joining in from Benin. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you. So let's keep it coming for the next 3 minutes. And after that, we move on to the next session. So let's Keep it coming. Thank you. So yes, welcome back again, and thank you all for dropping your comments. It's exciting to know where we are all connecting from. It's really, really interesting. So welcome once again to the 7th Building Bridges webinar, where we'll be discussing building a migration plan. You are planning to migrate, you are thinking about it, you desire to move, you desire to study abroad, you desire to work abroad, but what you need is a plan. And today we have excellent speakers that will be talking to us today on the importance of plan and how to go about it. So thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for joining in. Today, this evening, we'll be having two speakers, and our first speaker will be talking about migration from a global perspective. Why do people migrate? What are the issues that bother around migration? And why are we doing what we are doing? Why are we excited about bringing this information to you? And what are the steps you need to take? And here with us is Mrs. Sarah Ajosi-Adiogun, the managing partner, Tisu Consulting Limited, that will be sharing her thoughts and how much the impact of migration is to us as a people, to our nation, and our global community. So here on stage with me is Sarah Ajosi-Adiogun.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
I hope we're all happy to be here today. It's been a month since our last webinar, and it's always good when we get to come together and catch up and have our conversations about migration. Because at the end of the day, migration is constant in life. From the time of our forefathers till today, migration has been constant in life. We have rural to urban migrations, urban to rural migrations, foreign migrations, intercity migrations. One thing that has always been constant is that people need to find a place where they can do better, do more, improve themselves. And every time people have had to move from one place to another. We have even had we have our Fulani brothers who we've always known to be nomads. Nomads are people that migrate from place to place. So it's a constant in life. It defines human history. So what we are doing here is nothing new at all. But what we are trying to do is have a conversation, because the world has evolved. There was a time when you could just get up from Nigeria and you are entering US, you are entering United Kingdom, and you didn't have to have any papers. Today, we've gotten to a point in time where you need to identify yourself with a country. You need to have the passport or documents to show your nationality wherever you go in the world. But we've also gone above that. There are areas you go to where you need further documents to gain entrance into another land. That's why the concept of aliens, the concept of illegal migrants, the concept of regular and irregular migration has now taken center stage. And if you look at, the data, you will find out that according to the United Nations, over 281 million people live outside their country of birth. So you come to the UK, you go to the US, you go to Australia, wherever you go, you have a Nigerian community. If you come from the US to Nigeria, you have an American society, you have Indian communities, even in Nigeria, you have the Chinese communities. So all over the world, we have these communities. And it is just to show that migration is a part of human life. And there are different reasons why people migrate. A lot of the migration happen outside from Nigeria to other countries today has to do with access to better education. It has to do for economic reasons. People think that there's a golden fleece somewhere. There's no golden fleece anywhere in the world. There's nowhere in the world where the streets are lined with gold. But people just believe I have a better opportunity. Yes, I will pay the bills, but I have access to a better life. At least people that grew up in London, America, Canada, Australia, they don't know what it is for NEPA to take light. So there are social reasons, there are economic reasons, and then Conflict and political instability drives a lot of migration. The wars in Syria, Ukraine, Afghanistan, you look at it, it has led to large refugee movements from, Gaza, etc. And these have created colonies of migrants all over the world. So for us in TISU Consulting, we have recognized that migration is a constant. Nobody can tell another person not to japa. Japa is your right. You can decide to japa at any time. But what we are just saying is that if you want to japa, you need the right information. You need the right data. You need to ensure you are making the right decision, not just for yourself, but for your family, for your spouse, for your children, for your parents. The decision needs to be okay. Because you find out that there are people you say, in Peking don't travel for the last 20 years. They never hear from them. Whether they are alive now, we don't know. That it doesn't have to be that way. The world has evolved beyond that. So that's why through our webinar series, we are collaborating with national and international organizations. We are collaborating with individuals and private organizations who will give us the right, accurate, and essential migration information. Information that will enable us to migrate seamlessly, get to where we are going, either as a student or into a job, so that when we get there, migration is successful and we can begin to reap the gains of migration. They provide us with guidance, they provide us with information, they provide us with the changing policies of different countries. And part of our solution is that we will connect you with renowned experts for personalized support. Because at the end of the day, migration is about personalizing the information in such a way that those who do migrate are making informed decisions. They are empowered with knowledge, they are empowered with resources, and they are informed so that their decisions are correct and their migrations are regular. That is where we are going, that is what we are doing, and that is why we are here today. So let's consider these key questions. Why do you want to migrate? Is it to seek better opportunities for yourself and for your family? You want your children or yourself to have access to better education so that you can get a better job and you have better economic situation to support yourself, support your life ambition, and support your family? Or is it that your family, maybe your wife and your children or your husband or your children are abroad and you want to reunite your family? Or you want to even take your parents to come and join you so that you can take better care of them in their old age? Or you have already migrated, you are not there legally, and you want to now regularize your migration status. Are you a business owner? You want to expand and go global? You want to take your business not just online global, but you want to also establish in different countries of the world so that you can have access to forex and better opportunities, get bigger clientele, and just grow your business. Whatever it is, there is a plan to achieve it. And through this, our series where we are providing information, we will provide information, if not today, tomorrow, next month, but we will talk about the different indices, answer your burning questions. And where you are ready to go and you really don't have time to wait for our seminars, you can contact us directly and we will either provide the information or connect you with the right people that will give you the information that you need to make the decision and to make the investments at this time. So that is the way that we are doing it here. Are you still hearing me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So today we have another expert with us, and that is Mrs. Ololade Okorie, a migration expert focusing on education migration. And her company is called Strip Solution Services. And she will be talking to us today about how to plan to migrate. Because migration is just not about getting up and saying, I want to migrate. You need to be able to plan for migration. And that is why we are having this session today. How do you plan to migrate? What do you need to take into consideration? What do you need to do? How do you build a plan that will enable you migrate in such a way that when you get to your destination, you quickly begin to reap the benefits of migration? Ololade, thank you very much for partnering with Tisu Consulting to deliver this. And I, for one, am so excited and I can't wait for all of the information that you are passing across today, because this is a power-packed one. This is an information-packed session. Today's session, take your pen, take your paper, grab a cup of coffee, because you will be taking notes. Ololade is giving us information that she charges thousands and thousands and thousands of naira to people, for people to get from her. And we really, really do appreciate this collaboration. And we look forward to better, stronger, and more mutually beneficial collaborations in the future. Welcome on board, Ololade, and it's time for you to take the stage. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sarah. It's very nice to be here again today. It's very, almost, I can't believe that this is seventh session, because I've always been attending. And I want to welcome everybody here today. And I want to hope that you will get value for your time today, not for your money, but for the time that you have decided to spend here to learn a few things. And I can see somebody in this comment section saying, I can't wait. How do you plan to travel, knowing how expensive it is? It is not the cost that comes first. It is the planning that comes first. When you have a plan, then when you get the money, you will know exactly what to do with it. So let's start off. Today we'll be looking at, planning, building a plan to migrate. And we're going to look at for parents, for students, for graduates, and for families. How do you plan to migrate? So we look at the introduction. It said in the February webinar, if you were here with us, Ronke looked at, the reasons why we migrate, the various reasons, and luckily Sarah has been able to mention quite a number of them: to study, work, investment, family unification, better quality of life, improved health care and quality of life, health, and political reasons. That's why people migrate. But we're going to look at specifically for those who are parents here, for those who are students, for those who are graduates. The choice to migrate is one that should be thought about carefully. You should be able to outline from day one why you want to. And if you have your reason for migrating, how do you intend to go about it? What is the information that you have been able to gather before you start to, do this? And, you remember that very popular saying says, failing to plan will eventually lead to planning to fail. So it's not because you are migrating and it might be, a place where you will live for the rest of your life. Of course, you will keep coming home. So you have to plan it well so that you don't just jump into the boat and you are jumping back. And you will also know that many people who have gone, if you've heard the stories, even those who are older than us, who have been there, who we now refer to as Mommy London, Daddy London, some of them want to come back. But because those they have left behind, they have not been, sitting down and folding their hands. People have moved on also. People have built houses. They have done this. They have done that. Some of them want to come back, but the planning of it, where are they going to settle and all of that? Those are all the plannings that you need. Whether you're an undergraduate, you're a postgraduate, or you want to go for your doctoral study, you must carefully think about this and plan the essentials to the T. The choice to migrate to work also involves planning as a single person. You must plan well. So for parents, that's the start point. Because the parent is fully in charge of the decision making of the child, you must be able to, decide right from the school your child attends. It's very important. It must be a school, first of all, that is all encompassing. It's not just to go there and say what the teacher is saying. It's no longer like that. If you have looked at the curriculum outside there. It's no longer A for apple. It is in the sound and not in just the letter. So all of that has to come to play. The choice of school, your children's interest and passion. Gone are the days when they look at you, you must be a doctor, you must be an engineer. Not anymore. Your child might have passion in something else. He might be hands-on. Your child might be an hands-on person. So it means you should look at vocational. It's not only in the degree anymore. It's not only the BSc that makes it these days. You find out that for those who go abroad these days, it is the handyman that makes more money because he works per hour. Not the one who, because they work per hour, they get their money. Some even get paid with, by cash. So all of that, you must look at your child's interest and passion. And then if you are a business person or entrepreneur, take your child to work during holidays. It's not just to sit down, watch DSTV and play video games. Let the child begin to inculcate. Because you see, those who go abroad, who actually, who actually make a headway are those who already have that imbibed trait of getting to do something always. Don't let your child just sit down at home during holiday doing nothing. Learn a skill, do vacation job. For if you're an entrepreneur, take them to the office, take them to the farm. All of those things. Let them know that, look, there's dignity in labor. Let them begin to imbibe it. Then let your child be involved in school activities. So it's not just about getting 100 in physics, chemistry, and biology. Let your child be involved in school activities. Let your child be involved in excursions. Let your child be involved in field trips. They are going to see a particular thing somewhere. Let your child be in every aspect. There's learning that takes place. Then as a student, if you're a student, whether you're still an undergraduate or you're in secondary school, don't just pass through school. Be a social member. Involve yourself. Immerse yourself in school activities. Thrive in co-curricular activities. You have JETS, you have STEM, you have Red Cross, literary and debating, all of these things. And these days, teachers are encouraged, to give students certificates, give them stars, give them something that they can keep as memoirs. Because when a child begins to apply for scholarships, those are the things that come to play in the child's statement of purpose. And for those who are undergraduates, your personal statements, do you participate in volunteering? Do you do community service in school? It's not enough just to be a member of the Care Guides Club. Yes, it's good. You're a social person. You must interact. You must, but also be involved in, things that are volunteering. Your department wants to do a Boba job thing, all of those things. Because you see, when it's time to write your personal statement, it shows that you have been somebody who has been productive, even though you were in school. So don't just go through school, it's just an academic exercise. Learn as you go along. Be a social person. Be part of the community also. So all of this will come to bear as a student when you want to get scholarships. Those are the things they will tell you to write a personal statement. They don't want to know about you, whether you got 3 A's and 10 B's. No. They want to know how you have been a part of the community where you are. What did you do in school? As we in year 4, we did on this, we did this, we went to the community, we were able to. Those are the things that make up your personal statement or your statement of purpose, as a child in secondary school who wants to get scholarships. Yes, can we go on? Next slide, please. Yes, then as a graduate, whether you are job seeking or you are awaiting admission, whether you have applied to schools abroad, you are awaiting admission. While you are waiting, what do you do? Just like we said about the undergrad, be involved in volunteering and internship. You see, it's not everything that must be, how much will they pay me? There are some internship jobs you will do. You want to get the experience. You want to get the exposure. They might not pay you anything. Be prepared not to be paid, but go to a place where you will get value. You might not be paid. And when you are going, tell them to write you a recommendation. Don't forget, they will not write you a recommendation if you have not showed up. If you have been late and you don't show up, you come on the days you feel like, on the days you come, you're on your phone and all of that. Make sure that you are making impact. Remember, internship, you are there to learn. They might not pay you, but get value. Soak up as much as you can in that place. Then avail yourself of opportunities in online certifications. These days, they are all over the place. Coursera, all of this now it has gone off my head. All of these platforms are there for you to do online certifications, no matter how small, no matter how, even if it's 1 week, even if it's 7, even if it's 2-3 days, they all add up. Do something. Then you must learn a trade, acquire a new skill. Whatever it is you are doing, make use of your time. Don't let any time. Remember, when you are writing your CV, you must account for gaps. You must account for gaps. Do you understand? So writing of CV, you should not have too many gaps of years that you cannot explain. It doesn't show it does not show productivity. So ensure that you are doing something all the time. I didn't say you should lie on your CV. Make sure that you are doing something, because these days when you are getting a job anywhere in the world, nobody's asking you if you have BSc first class, second class, third class, you have masters, this or that. What can you do? That's the first thing you're going to be asked. What can you do? Then again, learn a new language. These days people are turning to Mandarin. Learn a new language because it will come in handy. Learn a new language in your free time. Thank God for Duolingo and the rest of them. They are all there. Online, you can do so much these days. Learn a language. Learn a new skill. Then as a graduate, when you're already on your job, you are looking at that job that you are doing. What are the levels of development for my job? What else can I aspire to do on this job? Because it is that level that will determine what you are going to study. So don't just see it as, let them just pay me at the end of the month. You must see your growth in that place. In that particular job that you are doing, what are the sought after skills? That is, it is those kind of things that you put down now that will help you to know what you are going to go out to study if that opportunity comes your way. Because you see, and again, before I forget, it just came to my head now. When you are applying for jobs now abroad, be very careful. Apply for jobs that have work experience attached to it, so that by the time you finish, you already have a work experience exposure. So it's not just going for a core academic or whatever. Go look at it very well. And I know that universities in Scotland, in Scotland, in Aberdeen, they do a lot of that because, it's an industrial place, it's a shipping place and all of that. So they always have those kind of, research masters and things like that, where as you are in school, you are attached to a company that, you go there 2-3 times a week to do that, so that at the end of your program, you already have the work skill. At least you have an idea of what it should be. Then, like I said, look through what job websites. This job that I'm doing, what are the job prospects that are there? It helps you to branch out from what you are doing, to be able to know what else is applicable here and all of that. Then choose, like we said, choose what you want to study with choose it carefully. Go on the website of the country you want to migrate to. What are the jobs that are in demand? You should do that. Don't just say, I just want to go and study abroad. It's expensive. So you must plan to do something that when you come out, you will not just be sitting down and doing nothing. Then in choosing a postgraduate study, go for one, like I said, go for one that is work-based, so that by the time you finish, it will add up at the end of the day. Yes, let's go on. I want to leave as much time for questions. Yes, the next slide, please. So as a family, because I know most people, they want to go with their entire family, even though many countries are cutting down on that, because as a family, it is important that there is a discussion about this step and how to properly plan. This is one of the places in the past 2-3 years where Nigerians have fallen into a lot of issues, where you find out that people are in their job places, they are sleeping, and because they are doing back-to-back, shift, and some of them have been caught, and when you are caught like that, you are sent home. And then aside from that, people are slumming because they are overworking themselves. No matter how good the atmosphere, the environment is, stress, fatigue is real. You can feel it anywhere, whether in Nigeria, whether anywhere else. stress is real, fatigue is real. So as a family, you should plan that. You will sit down and look between the two of us, husband and wife, who has a better advantage of getting a full-time job. So that person that has an advantage of getting a full-time job is the one who will not go and study. The other person goes to study because at least when that person puts in for study, the others can go, so that the husband or the wife who has a better advantage for a job goes into full-time job. That's how to plan those things. Don't just jump into the boat that, they've given one person visa, everybody goes. There must be planning. And then if you have children, before you go, if your children are between the ages of 12, 13, 14, remember that for them to be able to pay home fees, they must have stayed in that country for more than 3 years. Because if they're already getting towards 18 and you take them along, sorry, you will pay foreign students fees, even though you are living there. So you must take note of that also. Then consider your financial capability. You don't all have to go at the same time. Even though primary and secondary education is free, but the upkeep is not cheap either. Your rent, your feeding, your taxes and this and that, they're not free. So you must plan this migration process. You must do proper planning before you actually take that bold step. So as a family also, it takes planning. You might not go at the same time. You might plan it, do it in stages, but planning is important. Then other considerations. Remember I said it's not only the degree now that is important. Vocational jobs do well these days. And for some countries, especially in Europe, it is free. It is free. Countries like Sweden, countries like Germany, they have, Austria, Singapore, they have vocational courses where tuition is free, because they know that before you go, you must, even if you are going to go, which of course is not determined, you will contribute to the economy. So vocational studies for school leavers, you already have work experience during that process of learning, because it's a practical type of thing. And that was what the Polytechnic, was out to do before they now set up another technical school. At times in Nigeria, we like to jumble things up a bit. So UK, Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Singapore, all of these offer, vocational education for students, where even after that vocational whatever, you already have a work experience. You can either continue for BSc, and spend extra 2 years, or you just go into the job market. You will get, a qualification. In those days, they used to call it, the ones they used to give Pitman, they used to give the Cambridge other ones for the artisans and co, those who did, and those are valid. They are valid because they are under Cambridge exams, for vocational education. Then you have football academies. For Nigerians, you cannot shy away from your child loving and playing football. These days they have set up study and play programs because they know that Nigerians love football. Africans love football. So your child can go to a football academy after secondary school. He will play and he will learn, because they have structured courses. They have universities. Even in Spain, the academies in Spain now have universities in the UK attached to them to do programs online. So you will study during the day, and you will study during the day. In the evenings, you do your training. On weekends, you go and play, competitive ball with with lesser clubs. Gradually, like that, you are growing, you are gaining experience. So it's not just in the academics, like I've said. Then there are scholarship opportunities all over. You just have to know. Most times, scholarship opportunities are between June, July, and August to be applicable for the following year. So you have to be abreast. Thank God for mobile phones, for data. Use your data well. Don't just use it for browsing and be looking at people who are abusing themselves on social media. Use it, to get information for yourself so that you can work on it. And there are procedures for these applications. You must be able to write proper statements of purpose. You must be able to calculate your income and taxes properly, because those are all the information that they will ask, on the form. You must be able to state them properly there so that it adds up. Don't forget that those you are applying to, even though their scholarships. They know how to calculate whatever it is you have said and all of that. So you must when you have found out those scholarships, when you have questions like Sarah has said, she will direct you to people who will guide you to be able to get those scholarships. People get scholarships, so people get them a lot. They get them a lot, and you must be prepared, to be able to explore those things. Some people do 20, 30 applications before they actually get the one that they want, get only one. So don't be tired. There are scholarships that are bound there, but you must be prepared to do the work. Then family migration can be easy and it can be simple if you have the right information and you have the right documents at your disposal. So it's for you to avail yourself. Make sure that you go online, get information, just like Sarah said, explore everything that they have to offer you. At least nobody's asking you for money here now. Get the information so that you can do the right thing. We don't want to see anybody die, by boats on sea. Do it right. People have done, I'm sure you've heard stories of people who have done it right and they have made it. For all of us to at least come together, plan what is the step to take. This is what I have. What can this get me? Because you see, it's not just being expensive, first of all, is to know what exactly you want to go and do, which country suits you when you have spoken to the experts for what you have, which country suits you, so that you will know exactly how to go about it. That's where the planning comes to play. It has been nice talking to everybody, and I hope that you were able to get value by listening this evening. Thank you very much. We look forward to those questions that you want to ask after this. Yes, thank you, Benjamin.
Thank you so much, Lola. Thank you so much for touching all the key areas. And I'm sure we have a lot of questions already. And if you have more questions as the conversation is going on, please feel free to drop them in the comment section and we'll be attending to them one after the other. And so picking a few of the questions, we may not be able to go through all, but we'll answer as much as we can. And I'll also bring Sarah back on stage, so she will give her understanding and answers to some of the questions that will be coming in. And during the conversation, you mentioned something about the choice of high school. So how does that play a role when it comes to migration? Because we have someone made a comment here and said, wow, I never thought that the high school you attend counts. So I would like you to throw a little light on this.
Yes, I'm sure the person thought I was talking about in terms of money. No, you see, it's a conscious effort to go to your child's school, the school that you want to put your child. It's a conscious effort on a parent to go there and find out. You see, there's a lot of confusion. How can somebody say they are offering British, American, and Nigerian curriculum at the same time? Is it not confusion? You must find out exactly what they are offering. And it's not all Montessori schools that actually do the Montessori, because Montessori education, number one, you must have the right tools. So it's not all people, all of them who say Montessori are actually into that Montessori, but because, okay, everything, every time there's a new word, everybody coins it and, but the school that you go, very important, let it be a school that is all encompassing. Remember, we said it's not just on the academics. Academics is okay because every time your parents want to ask, the first thing is, did you come first? But it's not only did you come first, because coming first is only on the academics.
Yes.
Which club do you belong to in school? Do you people go for competitions? Do you people do this? There was a boy, because I work with some football academies in Spain. So there was one of the guys who came as a scout when they were having the Lagos State secondary school football competition, that time in King's College in Lagos. And I think Igbobi College won that year. And this guy was looking at these two. There were two boys from Igbobi and one boy from King's College, and these boys were playing like, and the guy just brought out his phone and started recording. He started recording these boys. He said, no, these boys are good. He actually, I don't know what happened later, but I know, he went to their school. We went there once together. After that, I just said, well, Xavi, you just continue. I don't know what happened to those children, but he was very interested. And that was where he started from that. He started coming to Nigeria often. He comes twice a year now. Comes to Port Harcourt, goes to Abuja, and comes to Lagos, to scout out children, because he has an academy in Spain. He has an academy in Spain that he runs, this program. So look for a school that is all encompassing, not just academics. They are good, they don't have to be excellent, but they have a rounded, let's call it a rounded education system, where when you go there, you are not hearing in the primary section that it is A for apple. It's no longer it is no longer A for apple. It is A. So you see, times are changing, because you see, you don't want your children to go out there when you finally migrate, and then the child comes back and say, I don't want to go to that school again. They are always laughing when I want to talk. So it doesn't have to be the expensive, but take time out to, sample the opinion of parents. How is this school? How do they do this? At least for those who have been there, and how is their this thing? How's their that? That's really how some of us took our children to school. We asked questions. We found out what were their strengths, what were their weaknesses, what are the things that they are known for the most, and all of that. You see, and you see, those days when we follow, it's not every school that says 100% in WAEC. We all know what goes on. You and I know. But it's not every school that says 100% in WAEC. You see, I prefer a child to get a C that can be defended than A that cannot be defended. I'm sure you heard what some lecturers in the university complained a while ago, that the children who came for engineering in the university that are supposed to know math as a basic, because they should have done math and further math, they are the ones teaching them the basics now. So what happened to them? And they came in with A1 in math. So you see, look at all those things. Don't go for the one that is 100. They tell you is 100% in maths, in 100% in WAEC. They get 100%. No, find out from parents. How is this school? Old past parents. How is this school? How is this? What did they do here? What are their strengths? That's really how you make your choice. It doesn't have to be the expensive ones, especially if you have more than one child. It doesn't have to be the expensive ones. I hope I've been able to answer that person's question.
I'm sure you have. Thank you. So, okay, there's another question here. The moment you talked about football, and I think a lot of people are interested in football. So we'll get to those questions. So we have one here. Let me quickly pull it up. And the question says, does NYSC count as experience? So I think I'll first of all direct this question to Sarah to give us her insight on this. Does NYSC count as experience? Sorry, I think your mic is
you
muted.
muted yourself.
Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Yes. So yes, NYSC counts as experience if you worked during your NYSC. In fact, when you are in school and you do holiday job, it counts towards your experience. Experience is just what you have learned, what you have done, what you know, what you have applied. That is what experience is. And that is why we always tell people, do your NYSC in a place where you can actually learn skills that will contribute to your CV. NYSC is 1 year of experience that, if applied right, can make a big difference in your job search, in your career path going forward. So let us treat our NYSC as part of our career pathway, and you will find out that that experience will count, not just for now, but for in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Lola, do you have something?
No, I totally agree with what Sarah has said. Whether it's because some people will say, I went to teach, and I'm an engineer, it doesn't matter. An experience is an experience. Whether you because you're an engineer, you went to teach or not, it doesn't matter. But because in that place, we have seen people who were engineers who went to teach and they got awards where they taught. They were given plaques where they taught because they made an impact. So it doesn't matter. But make sure that.
But really, Ololade, you find out now that they tell you that when you teach, it actually improves your understanding of the subject.
Yes.
And in global world, saying that I was able to teach a subject that is connected to my career actually makes me more than, because there are different levels of understanding in any subject. For you to be able to teach, it means that you are not an amateur in that subject. You have moved to a position of knowledge or skill in that subject area, and it counts as part of your experience. So teaching is even good.
Yes, I agree.
Thank you. So still in this line, we talked about volunteering. How does this impact your visa application, your migration plans? How does this, what's the impact of saying you have volunteered somewhere? Because I know that there are some people who wants to apply and they look for a lot of volunteering jobs to show that they are active in volunteer services, in humanitarian services. Does this have an active impact on visa application or migration plans? So this for Lola.
Okay. Yes, visa application. Remember, we said visa application. If you are just going for visiting, nobody's going to ask you. They will only ask you, are you employed or you are unemployed? That's all on your visit visa. But if you are going for migration, for example, you are going to put work experience there. What have you done? Remember, if you are going for a job, your CV goes ahead of you. Your cover letter. In your cover letter, remember your cover letter is you are selling yourself. So whatever it is you have done before, put it there. Oh, you have experience in so and so. You've done a bit of this. It just shows that. And remember, I said there should be your gap year in your CV should not be as much as you were busy looking for white collar job for 4 years. That's too long. You can't have 4 years of gap in your CV when you are looking for work or opportunities. No, it's too much. Do something within that time. Learn something. Learn a language, learn a skill, do volunteering, internship or so. Like I said, it might not be paid, but it will pay you at the end of the day. It might not be paid for now. It might not be a paid service now, but it will pay you on the long run. So do something within that so that when you put up your CV, and I'm sure everybody here has explored, the standards of CV, not the Nigerian one. You should know that by now that there are standards of CV. There are international standards for CV. Explore that, tweak your CV to meet that standard. Have a cover letter to go with your CV, because that cover letter goes ahead of your CV. Because your CV, some people's CV is very long. They've done courses, they've done this, they've done that. But that cover letter just sells you in short. You can do this. You have skills in this. You are vast in Microsoft, Google's workspace. You do this, you do that. You can do. You see, it's like you are pitching for a job in your cover letter. That alone, sells you before they now begin to look at your CV. And you will find out that in your CV, in your cover letter, nobody's looking for what did you study in BSc. Remember, you are selling yourself on your cover letter. So those things are what you need to prepare. Cover letter and a standard, international CV. Those are the things you need to have. So for a visit visa, for example, you don't need work. You are visiting, you will come back now. Except in your visit, you want to fizzle out, but if you don't do that at all.
Thank you so much. So we have a question. It says, what are the things I should really consider before relocating with my family?
Like I said before, between yourself and your spouse, who has a better advantage of getting a job? If you are into IT, if either of you is into IT, then that person has a better advantage of getting a job, right? If either of you is in the medical, you have a better advantage of getting a job. So it means the person who has the better advantage of getting a job, then the other person can do the study route so that everybody can go together. Or you can do, the work permit route. So it all depends, but you need to sit down and consider who has a better advantage. That's why you will go on the job sites. That's why all of these countries, that are opening up, they have sites where you can go on it, look at the jobs that are available,
Yes.
jobs that are in high demand. There's nothing hidden at all. Just go online, go on the Canada, job website. Go on you can even check. They have it there. Skilled, unskilled job, temporary job. They're all there. Check which ones are in high demand and look at the both of you. Sit down and look at it. This one, you can do it better. This one, so that you with that planning, you know exactly what you can do. And there are some jobs that will give you visa sponsorship attached to it. You will see it there. When you look at those jobs, you will see this job has visa sponsorship. You will see it there. So all of that is what you need to explore, to know, so that at least you get with information. Then you can then decide who amongst you has the better. And like I said, you might not all go together, because whoever is going, don't forget, they will pay rent, they will feed, and all of that. So that planning must come to bear. But whoever is the best person to get the job should go first. That's my opinion.
Thank you so much. There's a question here, although in almost all our webinars, this question is always asked. What are the estimated costs of migrating, including visa fees, travel, and settlement expenses?
Just like Sarah has said, this migration we're talking about, you see, every time we always talk about the money. When my brother migrated with his family, where he got a job is an IT person. He used to work in Glo. The people who employed him, he was already working online here, remotely, for the company in Sweden. When they needed somebody to the UK, and he told them his wife is going to study in UK and she's going with them, they said, good, we will pay for so and so. They paid their way, they paid for their visas, paid for their health, whatever. They paid for, at least not for the wife, because she was going to study, so she needed. They paid for him and the 3 children that were going with them. So you see, it's not about them. You see, get the right job. Get the right job. Make sure that you have the right skills that are being looked for. You see, everybody is in IT, but there are aspects of IT that do very well. That's the thing. There are aspects of IT that do very well. This is my brother. He's our last born. He studied in the Benedict University. He did computer science in the Benedict University. He worked in Glo, and then he started, doing online jobs and everything. He had one company in the US. He had one in Sweden that he was working with, and all of that. So you see, you people, it is to find out exactly what you know how to do best. If you don't have that skill yet, begin to work towards it. Get those qualifications, get those certifications. Then you will become hot cake. Then people will be able to pay for you. Because if you begin to work, imagine he was already working for them here. They liked his job. And they said, he told them, said his wife will be going to the UK soon and he will be joining her. She's going first in August, but he will join her with the children later. He said, good. Then it means you will stay in the UK office. It's in Sheffield now. And their company is, they have an office in Manchester. When the wife's BRP, was exhausted because she had finished studying, she did masters. They paid for 5 years for them. Over £14,000 they paid for them. After that 5 years, what happens? It is an automatic British citizenship. So you see, do it right, you will get this thing. Your own is to do the job now. You see, this migration we're talking about, you might not get it this year or next year, but you are working towards it. That's the planning we're talking about. You are consciously working towards it. You have the goal. You know where you are going, and you have started to do the work. You are working towards it from now, and that's very important. I'm not the advocate of quick. They said they are employed. They said they are looking for people there. Quickly go and no, do your planning very well, because you see, if you do it right, it will look as if your father is the president when you do it right.
Wow,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Yes, you wanted to add something?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Your point now just reminded me of one of webinars when we are talking about the Global Talent Visa. You talked about planning. And most of the times, most of the people we encounter in this space are more people who just woke up and decide that, okay, I want to travel now. And I think it's something that we really need to look at. Before you migrate, you should have a plan. Where do you want to go to? What are you going to do there? And you start building on your capacities to fill that position. And thank you so much, Lola, for throwing light on that. I think this next question, I'll be directing it to Sarah to throw a little light on this. And I think we'll stop after this question. Maybe we'll take a couple and we'll be done for this evening. So the question borders on those that are going for school, for study. And Lola kept emphasizing that the money is not at the forefront. There are other things that come before the money. So what are the possible, we know there are sponsorships, we know there are scholarships, and these things are, I believe, are available. But what makes one, how can you prepare? How can you find them? How can you prepare for them? And how can you harness that particular opportunity? Are there particular courses that are more favorable than the other so that we can start guiding everyone to say, okay, if you want to get this scholarship, this is what you should be looking at. So I would like you to throw a little light on that.
Okay, thank you. When you say what is important for people who want to go abroad for education, academic excellence is important. People need to know and realize that they need to do well in school. When you go to school, whether primary, secondary school, do well in school. Locally, we have organizations that sponsor the bright and the best. Internationally, we have organizations that sponsor the bright and the best. Your grades matter. If anybody tells you that go to school, your grades don't matter, they matter. And then you need to be able to defend that grade. Because some people say, oh, yeah, you can just sort lecturer. Doesn't work. Doesn't work globally. Even when you get a scholarship, you need to continue to maintain a minimum grade point average to continue to enjoy the scholarship. So when you say what is necessary for scholarship, I will say academic excellence is necessary for scholarship. If you are somebody that does well in sports, play it to a place where you can get sports scholarship. I know a lot of people in the US that are there because they were excellent in tennis, they were excellent in football. Even being able to, get your child to join the school orchestra, if the school has an orchestra. If the school doesn't have an orchestra, let the child join the choir in church and learn to play the piano or the saxophone or whatever. Because what is important now is what we call STEAM. We used to have STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Now they have added A to make it STEAM. The A is arts. If your child can draw, please encourage the child to draw very well. Arts can get you a scholarship. Music can get you a scholarship. What we are saying is that whatever you do, try and be among the top 10% of the people that do it, and the world opens its doors to you. Another way of getting scholarship is to be in an area. Each country has what they call what's it called now? I'll try and remember. It has to do with the skill shortage areas. And they publish it. So some countries we say, I think in Germany now, they say they need drivers, they need plumbers, if you want to go to Germany, go and get a workman certificate in plumbing, a recognized workman certificate in plumbing. They will grab you with all their hands. because they have a shortage in plumbing. But we have plumbers in Nigeria who don't even know that plumbing is a skill that needs to be learnt and applied excellently. And one thing I will tell people is that wherever you are, whatever you are doing, put excellence into what you are doing, because a day will come when you need to defend that skill globally. And knowing the skill and the way it should be applied is great for you. It can get you a paper to go to Germany at a minimum. Germany, they need truck drivers, they need plumbers, I think they need electricians. Those are
Yes.
men skills that today Germany has put on their skill shortage list, and they are looking for people that will come and study it, or that already have that skill and have a recognized workman certificate that they can process for you to come into their country. So it doesn't always have to do with a university degree or whatever, but it has to do with you being able to have a learning spirit, that what it takes, I will learn it, I will get the required certificate so that I can use that to apply. I was talking to someone that had called us after the last webinar, and he said he didn't have time to go and learn a skill. Meanwhile, the skill, you are doing something here. Come and learn the skill that is required so that we can process paper for you. You just want to travel. You just travel and you go there and you are not doing anything productive that will give you the kind of money that will make your migration meaningful to you and to your family. So those are the things. You need to follow the process, and the process is very clear. That's why we talk about getting you in touch with skilled professionals that will guide you through the process. Is very key. Information is power.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sarah, for this impactful speech, because most people want to move and they are not even equipped to take advantage of whatever is available for them in the country they are going to. So it's very good. This is part of the planning. You want to go for something, prepare yourself so that when you are there, you can harness all the opportunities that are available for you. Thank you. So we'll take 3 more questions. So someone is asking, I am done with school, but wish to remain in the US. What are my options? And this is for Lola.
Okay, if you are done with school and you want to remain in the US, if school has not finished yet, you need to speak to your students counselor, because that's where those people come to bear. They tell you what are your options, what it is that you need to do. Then it depends on what you studied. If during your study you have been involved in this internship that we're talking about, then the people who you have worked with at one time or the other, you go and approach them. School is ending, I will be available full time. Do you need, blah, blah, blah. And they will tell you, okay, we will have you 2-3 days a week. Because the whole essence of it is that nobody wants you to be in their country and you are just staying there doing nothing. So if there's somewhere that you've been having maybe internship or you've been having a work experience time with, go back there before school is over. I'm finishing school very soon. I will have more time, more hours to work, blah, blah, blah. You will sit down and discuss with them. And then your school counselor is also somebody that you can, talk to. That's why those people are there. They are there as a student counselor too, to be able to put you through all the stages that then while you are there too, you can apply. Because don't forget that wherever you are, just like the people wherever, whether in America, whether in Canada or when you apply for a job in another country, they are the ones who will fine-tune your immigration process. So that's why when you are going to school, don't just go to school alone. Find time to do that work experience thing, whether here, whether abroad, because there will be a time that you will need those people. We have seen people that where they worked, when they said, my whatever is finished, that's good. Now you have more time for us, because the person has been a productive person, just like Sarah was saying, a while ago, that wherever it is, you are working, don't just, go there because they are paying you. It's not every job that you will get paid for. Don't forget that. I've mentioned that before. You are getting experience. You are making yourself, you are presenting yourself out there that you are available when the opportunity comes. that this person that can work for free at this time, when that opportunity comes, don't you think you are the first person they will call? And your job was good. The fact that it's free doesn't mean that you will just show up any day you feel like, So those are things that, that you can explore while school is finishing or while school has finished. Go back to your student advisor, speak to them that this and this are the things that you want to do, going forward. Share your plans with them, and they will be able to, to help you and to advise you, better. Benjamin, we can't hear you.
So you are talking about the football academy, and someone was asking about the football program. How can I go about it?
Yes, one of the things that that now comes to bear, because I remember after that time when Xavi came, what they now do is that because of NAPTIP, so what they now do is that the child must first of all be involved in a club here, in an academy. Let's not call it club. There are school academies here now. The academies, around us in cities now. So enroll the child there. Let the child be playing in those academies. Some of them do weekends. Some of them do, during the holidays. Let the child, because those are the ones that they will get recommendation from because of NAPTIP. I hope you know what NAPTIP is. The Association for Trafficking in Persons and all of that, so that they will not say that they have come to poach and to run slavery, whatever. So that's why now NAPTIP is involved. So it has to be done right. So the child must first of all belong to a football academy or club or something here, whether in secondary school or whatever. Just enroll the child in one of those academies, because when it comes to that time of playing or whatever, those are the ones that they will refer back to, because on the form that will be filled, they will ask, where has the child been playing, who is the whatever, and that coach would also write a letter that will be attached to in the event that the child is chosen and all of that. So like I said, these people come in 2-3 times, some come in as much as 3 times a year. When they come like that, they go to Ghana, go to Senegal, go to whatever, go around like that, come to Nigeria, do 3 months all around, and then go back. So they come like that 2-3 times a year to come and scout people out, to take them to the academies, develop them and all of that. And for you, as if you're a parent and you have a child like that, you will sit down and get your lawyer to read through the contract. It's no longer in those days where somebody will just come and bamboozle you with some large, with some amount that at the end of the day is fully taxed and will not amount to anything. So you get your own lawyers to through those documents when that time comes. But enroll the child in a football program here first, because you must get that reference because of the child trafficking and whatever laws that we have here.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We will be, you can post your questions on our Facebook page, and we'll channel it to the speakers and we'll give you an appropriate response. Thank you so much, Lola, for being here with us today.
Sorry, can I just say something final? I will send,
please.
because I can see what are the job platforms and co. I will send you the scholarship and the job platforms across Europe, UK, US, and Canada, so people can avail themselves. But first of all, just to add one, you must have a good social media profile. I'm not talking about profile where you get a good, especially on LinkedIn, get a good LinkedIn profile, because employers also go there to check, to check out, your profile, know what and what. So those are the places where you can, sell yourself. Those are job, see, LinkedIn is a serious minded platform. So get a good profile, put it there, be visible. Thank you very much. It was nice interacting with everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing with us. So we have a lot of materials we'll be sharing, but we would like you to register. The registration link will be posted, and we would like you to register so that once all the materials are available, we'll share them to you and you can have them. We realize a lot of people are asking a lot of questions. We'll be sharing the skills shortage list of some select countries with you. We'll be sharing the job sites with you. We'll be sharing the job sites and the skills shortage list with you. So you can have access to that. And we'll also share a list of some scholarships with you also. So you can have that and build your plan to migrate. So on our screen, we have the link for follow-up. So if you need some counseling session, if you want to speak with our experts, just follow that link, fill the form, and we'll get back to you. We'll schedule you to speak with an expert. So thank you all so much. At this point, I'll be welcoming back our managing partner, Sarah Jose Ajogun, to give us some words. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Auntie Lola. I really do appreciate your presence in today's webinar. And like she said, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So thank you. What I'm just going to add is that the first plan, the first step to migration is to have a plan. You don't just get up today and say, I want to go to London. No, there must be a plan. And that plan, what do I want to go and do there? What do I have now? What is expected there? And you do a gap analysis. What do I need to acquire so that I can get there and hit the ground running? It is essential and imperative that we put all of these together. Otherwise, we will get abroad if we are able to get a visa to get there, and we will go and there and we will not succeed. We have a lot of Nigerians who came here with the certificate of sponsorship route. They are in the UK. They do not have a job. They don't have what they are doing. It's a mess. And we do not want many more people to be in that situation. That is why our webinars are free. The information is free. Get it. Information is power. Thank you, Auntie Lola. Thank you, Benjamin, and the whole TISU team for all you do to bring us all of these webinars every month. We really do appreciate you all. And to all our attendees, you guys are the real MVPs. And as long as the information is power, we will continue to provide relevant information. We have a link there. Please click on the link if you want further counseling or you want further information. Click on that counseling link. TISU Consulting has posted it there. And let's keep the conversations going. If there are questions we cannot answer, we will connect you with the people who have the right information. Because number one, we've seen a lot of Nigerians, they sell their house, they sell their car, they sell their life, and they go abroad and they are not prepared. Nothing works. Let's put a plan in place so that when we do migrate, we are migrating with information, we are migrating prepared, and we are migrating ready to hit the ground running in whichever country we are going into. At times, it's even good you get a job here before you go there, so that by the time you go there, you are going straight into a job. You are earning money. Now, abroad is not like Nigeria. There's nobody that will dash you money. Nobody. And you cannot stay in another person's house for too long. So we need to have a plan and we need to travel prepared. Until next month, when we bring you our next webinar with a lot of information to aid your migration choices. This is me, Sarah Isangbedo Ajose Adiogo, saying thank you for joining us. Thank you for being with us through this program. Thank you for joining us every month, because this is about you. And if you are not here, we wouldn't be having the webinars. You are the real MVPs. Have a lovely month and do take care of yourselves. Thank you very much.
You don't look your way. You don't look wetin dey buy for you. When you that get dey buy for their mama, abeg go. No matter what. Even though na that one you wan go do, go.
Uneducate women. So many things dey happen for this our society. As we first talk am before, say na from heart na the wahala for them, from mama na the truth be that one.
See, they let you want rapper. He say you don't tire. In here say you wrote sweet, say money they pile up.
If I want travel, you get me one travel.
Before you go, I know this, I'm no rescue. You reach the set, water finish on the bond.
To tell you the right way go take travel. Imagine the person go sell land, go sell this one, say he won't go through Libya. At the end of the day, he no succeed. To help them start up something, say maybe someone do baby, someone even learn computer self. We go register you for all this training, and all this training where they talk now free training. Person no go pay.
You fit visit our office. We and you go sit down one-on-one, talk about wetin the problem be, wetin you want, and we will be able to get to a solution together.
We don't get the example of those one kind of a traffic when we say they come our office. These children, they carry them from north, come here, they can't use them. At the end of the day, their organs come they sleep with them, come they molest them. That one they call child abuse for human trafficking. Especially those when we say they go through the sea. Many of them don't die from Mediterranean Sea.
Make una let una children go school. Then be the beg when we come back today. Let them go school. Oh, make them even finish SS3. Train your pikin. Oh, teacher work not to screen. Teacher work not to teach the pikin 1 + 1 equals to 2. Training is from the home.
Oh, wow, I feel you. Hey, but I get a good one. Where we are, but they will tell you, say they go to. As I get so that I go to. The way they will tell you, say, now so they do. They will go to see one big English. You understand? So, you know. We appreciate when you don't tell us.
Can't enter stress, better life they but use your sense. Don't let them sell you, don't let them sell you, don't let them carry you, don't let them carry you. Shine your eye, my body, shine your eye, my body. Chopper well, no die for road, the world no die for road. No go for why yo, I'ma not let them carry you, and our hand.
Niger College is a peculiar school, and because of the location, you have a lot of students fending for themselves. Parents are there in the villages, they are fending for themselves. Some of them are learning handling. So we have a lot of challenges.
Except you are focused on doing something well, you cannot grow. Nothing is easy. Even if you think you want to follow a life of crime or you want to become a cultist, it's not easy. The senior people in cults, the way they treat the junior people in cults, you don't want to be treated like that. When I say that if you want to succeed, you have to study. Many people say school na scam, school na scam, school na scam. For now that we know, school is one of the biggest opportunities that you have to separate yourself from poverty and deliver a meaningful and successful life. Don't look at your personal circumstances. Don't look at what your parents were able to achieve or not achieve. Ask yourself, who do I want to become? What do I want for my life? Write it down and begin to work for it today. That is why, although we have a Catch Them Young program for universities, our major focus is on secondary schools, because this is where you have a chance to make a difference, to decide your future, to decide that I will study and I will be great, and you make a good result and get into a university.
Some of the social vices that young people face are unemployment. Due to unemployment, most of them try to migrate through illegal processes. Bullying has a negative effect or impact on students. For example, it can give them more reason to lose hope in studying, lose hope in being attended to class. It can even give them more reason to get into other social vices, which is what I'm talking about now, is sportism.
Stop human trafficking in Lagos State. Stop human trafficking in Lagos State. Stop human trafficking in Nigeria. Stop human trafficking in Nigeria. Stop human trafficking in Niger College. Stop human trafficking in Niger College. We are not commodities for sale. We are not commodities for sale. Thank you very much.